Welcome back to our discussion, asking the question, has tolerance gone too far in our country? And I'm going to show you the book again that we're featuring on your screen, and it's authored by retired lawyer Howard Rotberg, entitled Tolerism, the Ideology Revealed. Once again, Howard, tell our viewers where to get a copy of this book.
You can get it at Israel's bookstore, Bathurst and Eglinton in Toronto, or their Clark Avenue in Thornhill. And you can get it on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, and www.howardrotberg.ca. You can order it direct from the publisher by following the link.
Good. Now, there's one thing in this country, too, that we've covered when we've investigated issues of moderate Islam and how to even tell if you're talking to a moderate or not. Because let's face it, the West doesn't know. Once you have a nice smile, once you can exude a calm exterior, you've got a great command of the English language, well, then you're deemed moderate. And that is a lot of the deception that we have. Many radicals are very well integrated into this country, and people don't realize that. Another issue that we have here is when people start talking defense, when they start talking words like we've got to support issues against radicalism, and people get upset about it, there's this feeling that there's this coldness. Again, justice being confused with retaliation and vengeance. There's something you were telling me during the break that I think people need to understand. You have been in this battle for some time now. Yeah, there's another side to Howard that a lot of people don't see, and it's your concern for the poor and development of housing. Tell us about this.
Okay, it springs from a fundamentally religious idea of following justice. And
that's our foundation.
Justice is both a question of individual rights and human rights and legal rights, which I, as a lawyer, spent a career working on. Also, I believe it entails social justice. So, as my profession is a real estate development lawyer, when I retired 12 years ago, I was uniquely qualified to participate in the private sector with some government programs that help us convert heritage buildings into affordable housing for low-income working people.
Wow.
And we've done churches. We did a church in Brantford into 19 units, a church in Woodstock into 16 units. And the idea that we should help people who are working but can't afford decent housing definitely appealed to me. But I think that all of those who speak today about our society should in my view, emphasize justice and the idea of tolerance. It's so easy. It's pretty hard to do what I've done in the last 8 years. I am shunned and I am abused by mainstream media.
Of course.
It'd be much easier for me to be like Norman Finkelstein, who's a Jew who's embraced the other side. He's invited to give lectures at universities. He's paid to give lectures. And I receive a fair amount of abuse. And it's a hard thing. I'm stubborn. My father's stubborn. He's a Holocaust survivor who only made it because of his stubbornness and strength. And but I think in the long term, unless we all stand up and say we all have personal responsibility, we all, if we're going to have a future for our children and our grandchildren, we all have to stand up for freedoms, for liberal democracy, and oppose those who say you can have a democracy without freedom. There is no such thing.
I think it's wonderful that we're finishing on this positive note, because Canada is a great place, and people need to understand that even though you may be engaged in some kind of a battle to protect the beauty of this country, this is precisely what you're trying to achieve?
Exactly. I mean, I was born in 30 minutes down the road in Brantford, Ontario. My mother was born in Brantford, Ontario, as the children of poor Russian Jewish immigrants. This can be a great country, but we have to fight for it. That is, we have to stand up for what is right, what are the values. We cannot say multiculturalism is a value. Multiculturalism means respecting people as long as they are embracing the freedoms of our society and are willing to work with us.
Yes. Wow, Howard. It was a pleasure having you this hour, an eye-opener, I'm sure, for a lot of those watching. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. And
that's all the time we have for today. See you again next time. I'm Christine Williams, and from all of us, thank you for watching.